welcome back to my channel. I am eca.fairy and in today's video we are doing the Light Swan viral makeup look. As you can see, it's going to be all about soft colors, fun pinks, and these are some of the inspo pictures that I have looked at. This is a really fun look, so let's create it together. First of all, I applied this Angel Veil Primer by NYX all over my face, and then I used the HD Studio Photogenic eyeshadow primer, also by NYX, for my eyelids. This is sticky enough and it's also a very neutralizing base for our eyelid. As you can see, we're going to play around with multiple colors, so we need a very neutral toned base. Of course, we're going to be using my most trusted brushes by Real Techniques, and now I want a fluffier one. This one should do. And from the Too Faced Natural Eyes palette, we are going to be taking the lightest shade of brown. This one is called Strip Poker. And we are applying it in the crease, making sure that we're dragging it outwards because we want this elongated swan-like look. I suggest you don't apply too much product at once. As you can see, I'm applying more and more and building on top of what I already have, because if you apply too much at once, it can get really hard to blend and you're going to end up with a blocky kind of color that's impossible to blend, and it will just look unnatural and unflattering. I'm trying not to drag the brown in the inner corner, keeping it outwards, and of course just drag it like this, the amount that you're comfortable with. I want this to be very dramatic but also very soft, so as you can see, I'm dragging it a lot. I mean, it's a Halloween makeup, so feel free to go wild for once because this is the perfect occasion. Also applying a small bit in this corner of my eye because we need a pretty good base. For this Light Swan makeup look, and especially for softer makeup looks, even if you want them to be more dramatic, I suggest you blend a lot. Because the more you blend, the softer the makeup looks, and at the same time it creates this very blurry effect, like the makeup is part of your face, and that's what we want. As you can see, the line of shadow is pretty straight. I didn't go upwards with it or downwards. I tried to keep it pretty straight. Of course, you can drag it this way for a more elongated and dramatic look, but I'm keeping that for, I don't know, maybe the dark swan look that might be coming next week. That's still supposed to be a secret, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the new tutorial. We are switching palettes. I'm using this matte one by Huda Beauty. This is the Cool Matte Obsessions, and you know how much I love this palette. I did multiple tutorials with it that you can find down in the description box. These soft pinks are going to be perfect for the look. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to leave it with myself and use only one of them because we still need to use a lot of white, as you can see, so we cannot crowd everything with too much pink. Which is why I'm taking the center shade and placing it here. I'm trying to also blend it together with the brown a little bit. And I'm taking it again and placing it in the outer corner. I don't know why, but this kind of matching the shades placed in different parts of my eye just makes the makeup look more put together. Try not to drag this part over the mobile part of your lid, keeping it right here in the crease and under the brow, because we don't want to have to apply too much white to cover it all up. This already looks pretty soft because I made sure to blend while applying, but I still suggest you blend using this type of very fluffy brush. This is the medium shadow brush by Real Techniques, and you know how much I love this type of brush. I'm starting to blend, but as you can see, I'm not dragging it everywhere. I don't want to mix all the shades together. I just want them to meet nicely and blur the edges very softly. If you're wondering why I already have half of my face done, I was filming this for a TikTok tutorial, which reminds me that, by the way, you should also check out my TikTok account where I post daily. If you feel content with the level of blending that you did, you can stop, but I always like to still blend a little bit more just in case there are any rough edges that I didn't notice. Oh, and now for the most awaited part, which is going to be applying white. I'm using the same flat brush and picking up Heaven. This shade is also from the Natural Eyes by Too Faced. And I'm making sure to apply it that you would cut your crease pretty much, but still dragging it outwards. Making sure to pack a lot on the lid, as you can see, because using white in general can be very tricky, and I didn't want to use pencils because those are more difficult to blend out, and I feel like they can look very patchy and blocky, especially if you have other colors already on the lid. I'm not doing a more intense white look because I feel like it's not really going with the theme, because swans are supposed to be elegant and delicate and very flowy, and this is what I'm going for with this eyeshadow. But if for some reason you still want to apply more white and for it to look more intense, I suggest you either use eyeshadow paint, you know, liquid eyeshadow, because that's more intense, that's more opaque, or take the hard way and use a white pencil that you will kind of draw everything in, and then with a fluffy brush or even with a flat brush, those work really good for blending out pencils as well. You blend everything out and then use the rest of the colors that I used. And now, because I want this to look very ethereal and soft, as you can see on this eye, I'm taking this Revolution palette. This is their collaboration with Friends, and this is the Phoebe palette. I really think these palettes were so cute, and when they were released I got all of them. And I'm going in with this icy blue, which is the shade Bike, and applying it with a flat but small brush. This is a shimmer, but it's also pretty soft, so I'm applying a lot. Don't be afraid to use shimmers in a non-conventional way, because yes, we are going to use it up until here, not just concentrating it in this inner corner. I'm applying a bit more because I want this to be very shiny and soft. And now this step is really optional, but I feel like it completed the look. Talking about this inner corner white eyeliner moment, so I'm going to use this liner by NYX. And I'm just drawing in pretty much a triangle. And of course it had to turn out thicker than the other one, so now I'm going to adjust this one as well. For my under eye area, we're returning to the Huda Beauty palette and taking this shade right here. I'm using an eyeliner brush because this one is very precise, and lining this part of my eyelid, making sure I don't poke myself in the eye because it wouldn't be the first time. And now for the face, as I was telling you, I already applied primer, so now we're going in with foundation. First of all, I haven't used foundation in a really long while, and doing this part of my face was really fun. I remembered why I love to do makeup in general. I need a tea break. I am drinking Bachelor black tea. This is the one with rose hip, I think, and it's so delicious. For the face makeup, I want to start using out all the testers that I have because I have them piling up in my house. This way I can also get to try new products and test them out for you guys as well. You can see my first-hand reaction to pretty much all the products that I'm using. So today we're using this Dior Forever No Transfer 24-hour foundation, the High Perfection one. I think there's also another version of this, so I wanted to specify everything in case you want to buy it. This is the 2N Neutral, and this also contains SPF 20, which is interesting. This little package is pretty tricky, or maybe I just don't know how to use it. I'm just going to pick it up on my beauty blender because I feel like that's not as messy as applying it with something else. And as you can see, the difference between the already applied foundation and my actual skin, this foundation is very natural. It also offered this really nice blur. I want a little bit more, and I really hope I'm not going to stain everything. Overall, this is a very nice product. As I was telling you, I am pretty set on buying the actual bottle of this because I am enjoying it. Also, no matter what I do, I cannot seem to cover up this awful pimple. I tried it before filming this video with a bunch of products. It didn't work, so now I'm just embracing it, I guess. This seems to be a pretty good shade match to my skin, honestly. I mean, in the past I have had issues with matching foundation to my skin just because Sephora lights are so tricky and so odd. Now, I didn't really apply much on my nose because I don't want to cover up my freckles. I still have some left from this summer, and I know I'm going to miss them when the sun completely disappears in winter. I feel like this foundation has some sort of yellow undertone, which is surprising because I'm pretty sure I have a yellow undertone and this looks still a bit yellowish on me. For concealer, I also have a lot of testers that I want to try out, and today we're trying the Full Filter Concealer by Huda Beauty. The tester comes with 3 shades, and for concealer I'm going to use the lighter one. This is the Coconut Flakes 2.7N. Make sure you take in the comparison before I cover this under eye out as well. As you can see, this is more luminous, more put together. I'm using this small beauty blender and taking just a little bit at a time, and I'm going to place it like this and then start blending. You can also try a bigger beauty blender or even a blush, but I feel like this kind of smaller beauty blender gets in the tight corners. Also doing this kind of triangle thing here because I want for the eyeshadow to be emphasized. Obviously, guess who ran out of every sort of setting powder in the world? Me. So unfortunately today we're not setting our makeup, but if you're going to wear this on Halloween or just whenever, make sure you use a setting powder. It's going to make a difference in how long your makeup lasts and how put together and soft it looks. Now, I wasn't going to do anything too dramatic when it comes to contouring my face. Then, because I love this concealer so much, I actually thought about testing this one, the middle shade. This is Granola 4.5G. As you can see, I already used it to contour face on this side, and even though I know it's not as dark as contours usually are or are supposed to be, summer was all about bronzer, highlighter, blush. I haven't contoured my face in so long. As you can see, the shade is, as I was telling you, not exactly dark. It's been a while since I was actually excited about a concealer. I feel like I've tried so many, used quite a few of them, and they just don't really do anything to me anymore. Especially this summer, I kind of skipped concealer overall because I felt like it was too thick for my face and it was so hot outside that I didn't feel like using any, and the sunscreen was just piling up on top of my face, and there was really no room for concealer, especially if it was going to drip everywhere. This Faux Filter by Huda Beauty, I haven't tried it before, but if you're looking for a really soft and hydrating concealer, I feel like this would be it. And it's really easily blendable, which I feel like doesn't really come with concealers. Even though concealer is a heavier, thicker product than foundation, I feel like, for example, in comparison, this Faux Filter by Huda Beauty is way more hydrating and way more easily blendable than, for example, the foundation that I tried from Dior. Or maybe I just didn't apply enough of that one, I'm not sure, but anyways, try this one in Sephora. Maybe consider buying it if you're running out of your concealer. For blush, if you haven't guessed it already, it's going to be Pillow Talk. This is in the shade Peach Pop, and I have to be really careful with the amounts that I'm applying because sometimes I just put on way too much and it becomes impossible to blend, and I mean impossible. It's bright, and I feel like it's pretty difficult for me to smooth out the edges. And we don't want to look like a clown, we want to look like a white swan. And of course you can leave it at this. This is very subtle, but I think I want to apply more given that the rest of the makeup turned a bit more dramatic as well. So I'm putting it on again. And I'm going to actually use my fingers to blend it because I feel like they are more precise and more helpful in this situation. Bit on my nose as well. For highlighter, we're actually going to use the Ancient Alchemist palette from Kat Von D. I cannot part with this palette, I simply refuse to. If you're going to tell me to throw it away or retire it, I will respectfully deny because this is everything, and I am begging Kat Von D, please re-release this, please put it back in Sephora because this was the thing. And I'm using the shade Pink Opal. Look, this is literally instant magic, and after all these years works flawlessly. Of Of course, you can use your normal highlighter as well, but I feel like a pink and cool toned highlighter worked really good for this look. Because this is a Halloween look, we can have as much fun as we want with it, which is why I'm going to add pink rhinestones. I am so excited about rhinestones looks in general. And yes, I will use rhinestones as often as I get the occasion. Taking this light pink and applying it here. I would suggest you use tweezers, but this isn't my first rodeo with rhinestones, so I'm just freestyling or raw dogging, as the cool kids say right now. Exactly when I was more confident, this pink rhinestone proved to me that I shouldn't be. I'm going to use a bigger one. This is also more intense, but I feel like it looks really pretty. I'm ready to party. And I know that we are over the ribbon trend, but for me, ribbons were never a trend. They are part of my soul and of my identity. So we're going to use these small ones to apply here. I know it's not necessarily very swan-like, but I think they are really cute and can complete the Halloween look. And I'm using some lash glue to apply them. This is from Catrice. It's very affordable and really resistant. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you might actually remember these ribbons because we used them last year for the ballerina look, which is another really cute, really feminine and girly Halloween look that you can do this year, and you can find the link for that in the description box. Let's just pray it stays like that. Now the second one, I think I need to buy some more glue because this one is kind of dried up, but it still works, so it's fine. So cute, so cute. Okay, I think this one is upside down. Oops. I am loving it. Why is it not socially acceptable to go out on the street looking like this every single day? Society saddens me. I almost forgot to do mascara. I'm using the Better Than Sex mascara by Too Faced. Probably one of the most versatile mascaras that I own and I have tried, because you can also do very natural looks with it. You can do more dramatic lashes with it. And I know I don't usually do this, but today we're doing the lower lash as well, but just in the outer corner. Of course, I had to stain my makeup. Amazing. Remember, if this happens to you and you stain your makeup, your eyeshadow with mascara, wait for it to dry and then erase it, correct it, cover it, whatever you want, because if you're going to try and clean it while it's still wet, you're going to mess everything up. And now for the lips, we're going to do a combo that I'm not exactly familiar with. I haven't tried this combo before ever, but I feel like it should work out really nicely while also keeping the swan theme there. And I am going to use these two NYX products. This is the NYX Line Loud Lip Pencil in the shade To Blast, and this one is creamy lipstick in the shade Harmonica. This is a very cool toned and very light pink. This is the type of pink that girls would use in the 2000s for those really light frosty lips. And this one is pretty much really creamy and really looks like coffee. I lined my lips and now I'm kind of blending in this brown shade. And I suggest you apply a lip balm before doing the liner because it's going to blend out more easily if it has some sort of moisture underneath it. Okay, this actually turned out even better than I was expecting, and I'm talking about the lips. I wasn't expecting them to look this good, and I feel like they are just icy enough, not really light, just perfect for the look. And of course, because I love perfumes a lot, I'm also going to give a pick for this look because I feel like the Very Good Girl by Carolina Herrera is just the match for the vibe of the makeup. So we're going to spray a little. And I was also thinking about some accessories. And with the flower choker and the gloves, I feel like this look is complete. I am so obsessed with it, and I cannot wait for Halloween to actually wear this. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you're going to recreate it, and if you do, make sure to tag me in any TikToks, any stories. You can find my other socials linked down in the comment section below. I really want us to be friends, so let's connect on all platforms, and until next time, thank you so much for watching. Bye!